The story begins in the middle of a vast, isolated desert where there isn't another person in sight. Standing alone in the wilderness is a luxurious house. A helicopter lands nearby, bringing Richard and Jennifer. Richard is a wealthy married man, while Jennifer is his secret girlfriend. The two have come here to spend a romantic weekend together. As they step out of the helicopter, the pilot hands Richard a welcome gift containing a powerful recreational substance. They head inside and enjoy their time together. The next morning, Jennifer opens the refrigerator looking for something to eat, but finds nothing except bottles of wine. She drinks some water and grabs a piece of fruit from the table instead. That's when she notices two armed men outside staring at her in a very unsettling way. Alarmed, she immediately calls Richard. He opens the door and introduces the men as his friends, Stan and Robert, who have arrived for a hunting trip. Richard introduces Jennifer as a friend who is staying with him for a few days. The moment Stan and Robert see her, they can't take their eyes off her. Their constant staring makes Jennifer uncomfortable, so she quietly returns to her room. That night, everyone sits together for drinks. Stan openly flirts with Jennifer, while Robert keeps watching her through binoculars. During the gathering, Robert notices the substance the pilot had given Richard and picks it up. Richard immediately warns him that it's an extremely dangerous substance that can completely block the feeling of pain. He even tells them about a man who cut off his own leg while under its effects and later died from blood loss. Richard then asks Jennifer to put it somewhere safe. Instead, she secretly hides it inside her locket before returning to dance with everyone. Stan is already attracted to Jennifer, and dancing with her only makes him more obsessed. Sensing the situation, Richard takes Jennifer back to their room. The following morning, Jennifer wakes up to find Richard gone. As she walks outside, Stan is clearly happy to see her. When she asks where Richard is, Stan says he had to leave for some work and will return by the afternoon. He also mentions that Robert is still asleep after drinking too much, meaning the two of them are alone in the house. As he says this, he keeps staring at her in a way that makes her uncomfortable. Jennifer goes inside to change her clothes before leaving, but Stan secretly watches her. Realizing this, Jennifer quickly covers herself. Stan approaches her and says that because they danced together the previous night, he thought she wanted to spend time with him. Jennifer jokingly replies that she prefers taller men. Humiliated, Stan loses his temper and begins behaving inappropriately toward her. At that moment, Robert walks in and sees everything happening. Jennifer hopes he will help her, but without saying a word, he simply closes the door and walks away. Left alone, Jennifer desperately calls for help while Robert turns up the television volume and ignores everything. A short time later, Richard returns and finds Stan and Robert quietly sitting outside. When he asks what happened, Stan simply says that Jennifer seems upset. Richard rushes inside and finds Jennifer in tears. She begs him to call the helicopter immediately because she wants to leave, then tells him everything that Stan did to her. Furious, Richard confronts Stan. Later, when Jennifer wakes up again, Richard is sitting beside her. He tells her that he has transferred a large amount of money into her account and even found her a good job in Canada. He asks her to forget everything that happened with Stan and start a new life. Jennifer refuses his offer. She tells Richard that if he doesn't call the helicopter, she'll tell his wife about their affair. Furious, Richard slaps her and warns her never to threaten him with his wife again. Jennifer immediately runs for her life, but Richard, Stan, and Robert chase after her. She eventually reaches the edge of a cliff. Richard apologizes for slapping her and claims he's calling the helicopter right away. He even calls the pilot and asks him to arrive in 30 minutes, pretending to calm Jennifer down, but it is all an act. The moment she lets her guard down, Richard shoves her off the cliff. She crashes onto the broken branch of a dead tree, which pierces straight through her abdomen. Richard then tells the others that he did it to protect all three of them. If Jennifer reported everything to the police, they could each face 15 years in prison, and he isn't willing to let that happen. He instructs them to say they know nothing if anyone asks, and that they simply came here for their annual hunting trip. The three men return to the house and burn everything connected to Jennifer, destroying every trace that she was ever there. Afterward, Stan and Robert prepare their weapons. Meanwhile, ants crawling over Jennifer's body bring her back to consciousness. Fighting through the pain, she grabs her lighter and somehow starts a fire beneath the broken tree branch. As the wood weakens, it finally breaks, allowing her to fall free. At the same time, Richard, Stan, and Robert head back to dispose of her body, unaware that she's still alive. Hearing their vehicles, Jennifer drags herself beneath the rocks and hides. When the three men reach the cliff and can't find her, they realize she survived. Stan suggests there's still time to find her and get her to a hospital, but Richard immediately shuts him down, blaming him for putting them in this situation in the first place. He insists they have no choice but to find Jennifer before she can expose them. The three split up and drive farther down into the valley to continue the search. By the time they reach the bottom, night has fallen. They discover Jennifer's blood trail and follow it until it leads them to a river, where the trail suddenly disappears. Richard leaves Robert there while he and Stan search in different directions. Jennifer is barely alive, and the broken piece of wood is still lodged in her body. Hearing Robert's vehicle nearby, she hides beneath the water and waits for him to move ahead. When Robert stops to relieve himself, Jennifer quietly grabs his rifle and aims it at him, but the rifle is locked, and she can't fire. Robert quickly overpowers her and radios Stan to tell him he has found Jennifer. Relieved, Stan heads their way. Robert begins forcing Jennifer underwater again and again, but in the struggle, she manages to grab his knife and blinds him. Unable to recover, Robert stumbles into the river and drowns. Jennifer takes all of his supplies and drives away in his vehicle, but after a short distance, it runs out of fuel. She continues on foot until she reaches a cave. There, she builds a fire and searches through Robert's backpack, finding a few useful supplies along with a can of beer. Exhausted, hungry, and dehydrated, she drinks it. Even then, the piece of wood remains lodged inside her body, and the pain becomes almost unbearable. As she breaks down, she notices the locket around her neck and remembers the powerful substance Richard had given her, the one she secretly hid inside it. She takes the substance, and although it feels strange at first, within moments, all of her pain disappears. After that, Jennifer manages to pull the piece of wood out of her abdomen. The wound immediately starts bleeding, so she cuts open the beer can, heats the metal over the fire, and presses it against the wound, sealing it and stopping the bleeding. Exhausted, she rests there until morning. The next day, Stan walks down to the river to wash his face, only to discover Robert's body floating nearby. Terrified, he calls Richard. The moment Richard sees the body, he realizes Jennifer has started taking revenge. To keep anyone from discovering what happened, the two men fill Robert's clothes with rocks and sink his body back into the river. Stan blames Richard for everything, but Richard responds by punching him and breaking his nose. They then split up and continue searching for Jennifer. When Jennifer wakes up, her wound has begun to heal. She gathers her weapons, steps outside, and scans the area with binoculars, trying to locate Richard and Stan. Meanwhile, the two men find Robert's abandoned vehicle, the same one Jennifer escaped in, but she is nowhere to be seen. Richard tells Stan they'll search in different directions and meet back there in 4 hours. Richard rides east on his bike, while Stan pauses to check his injured face in the side mirror. The reflection gives away his position, allowing Jennifer to spot him from a distance. She quietly begins following him. A short time later, Stan's vehicle runs low on fuel, forcing him to stop. As he refuels, Jennifer fires at him with a sniper rifle. Her first shot misses its mark, striking him in the shoulder instead. Stan immediately runs, while Jennifer follows the trail of blood he leaves behind. Realizing she'll track him that way, Stan removes his shoe and uses his sock to wrap the wound, stopping the bleeding. Soon, the blood trail disappears. Stan hides on top of a rocky hill, while Jennifer unknowingly walks past him. Taking advantage of the moment, he fires from behind. The shot narrowly misses, grazing Jennifer's ear. She runs as Stan keeps shooting, but none of the bullets hit her. While escaping, Jennifer quietly breaks the glass from her flashlight and scatters the sharp pieces across the path. Stan doesn't notice them, steps on one, and painfully pulls the shard from his foot. He gets back into his vehicle and continues chasing Jennifer. Realizing he's heading straight toward her, Jennifer takes position with her rifle. As Stan approaches, she opens fire. The first 2 shots miss, allowing him to get dangerously close. Her third shot hits him in the head, killing him instantly. Jennifer takes Stan's vehicle and drives away. Meanwhile, Richard waits at the agreed meeting point, but when Stan never returns, he heads back to the house. Wanting to leave as quickly as possible, he calls the pilot and says the others already left by car that morning, asking him to arrive with the helicopter in 1 hour. After that, Richard goes to take a shower. While inside the house, he suddenly hears someone entering. He grabs his gun and searches every room but finds no one. As he walks back inside, Jennifer suddenly appears, aiming a gun directly at him. Before Richard can say a word, she shoots him in the abdomen. Wounded, he crawls away and hides in a corner of the house while Jennifer follows the trail of blood. Richard waits in ambush, but Jennifer realizes what he's planning and circles around from another direction. Richard understands she has figured out his plan and quickly wraps plastic around his wound to slow the bleeding. Before he can recover, Jennifer opens fire again, forcing him to run. During the chase, Jennifer slips and falls. Richard takes the opportunity to overpower her and begins choking her, but Jennifer drives her hand into his wound, forcing him to let go. She quickly grabs her gun and shoots Richard, ending the fight once and for all. As Jennifer walks out of the house, the helicopter Richard had called finally arrives. With that, the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Do you think Jennifer was right to take justice into her own hands, or was she wrong? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.